Welcome to Lewis, and Lewis, where we're delivering engaging conversations about life and the little things that make the world go around. From personal stories to thought-provoking discussions, we've got it all covered. Don't miss out on the fun and the insights. Our shows are not scripted, and everything we say is from our personal point of view. If you like the show, please do not share it. Some things are better kept between us. Let's get started.
I think that there's an unspoken rule in clapping, and everybody know the same measurement.
Slow clap?
No, just clapping in general.
What's
like
that?
when people, like, you know, how do you know the distance to clap? We all clap in sync for the most part if we're doing a, you know, but
How's that
right,
going?
it's just it's an unspoken rule. Everybody know.
You know what's funny?
distance.
I feel like kids clap differently than adults, right? Kids clap with their hands up like this, like
Okay.
you know, happy, and adults clap with their hands down here.
It's
Like,
I clap with my.
That's
I
because
guess
you're like a fucking 2-year-old.
I guess I clap like that. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, like kids do this thing, and then I think, you know, the cupping down is an adult way to clap.
You sure?
I think so.
I don't know.
I
I
don't-
think
I
you
don't
might
think-
be broken.
I feel like I'm right.
I don't think
I
we're.
don't think so.
I think as kids we're more excited, right? So we're
Yeah.
and we want to
that's it.
show our enthusiasm by clapping loudly and very visual.
Very visual. That's the way, because I think if you cup your hands, you make a louder clap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pop, pop, pop.
And then I think we lose that as we get older because we're told to be quiet
Yeah.
and
Be
Lewis
obedient.
Lewis
Be
never got the
obedient.
memo though. 'Cause
I
he's
never get
loud as
memos.
Shit. I never read
get
memos.
Yeah.
I mean it's
Don't read
it's
it.
like in
memos, emails.
in school, you know, your teacher tells you to ask questions, but then when you ask questions, you get pushback
Yeah.
because they didn't really want you to ask questions. So
Unpopular opinion here. I feel like boys are told to be quiet more than girls are
Yeah.
as kids.
No, you were.
I
just you.
was.
Just
Just me.
No, I'm just
I was already a quiet kid though.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
and I think boys are as you grow into men, you become a little bit more patient on getting to that point of violence.
Yeah. Well, you have to be.
Because you don't know who you're dealing with on the other side.
Yeah, yeah.
Because men can actually hurt well, excuse me. Can
You
hurt
just
each
got
other.
old right there on us.
That was a Newton.
You just lost a year.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we know we could really damage each other as men. And so we hold back a little bit, whereas I think women they'll get us in fights left and right, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, my boyfriend's gonna kick your ass.
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for this.
I feel like boys are told to be quiet, you know, when they're children, and then women are told to be quiet when they're adults. Is what the trend that I've seen,
Yeah.
you know. And then with boys, like you said, to your credit, I've had this conversation with my girl, and I've said, like, I don't have the same capability of getting upset. Well, not capability, but I don't have the same. I can't get upset like you can, because if I do, there's more fallout that I have to deal
That's right.
with. Because I'm 220 pounds, I'm threatening looking, you know, and if I get upset, then the police get called, you know,
Right.
or somebody will kick my ass,
Right.
or I'll kick somebody else's ass.
Exactly.
I don't
Yeah. There's
think-
more
there's more
consequence.
risk involved.
Yeah, and more risk. Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
I think you should still get upset.
What?
You should still be able. You should get upset.
To what extent, though?
Fucking throat chop.
Throat chop. Damn.
Shut your ass up.
I like how you said throat chop, but you went for the eyes.
That
That was deceptive.
That's what you do.
That's
you know?
what you do. You tell me what you're gonna do. You do something else. I like it.
But I think everybody should have a healthy fear of the next strongest motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think
I
so
don't-
too.
'cause- For
sure.
Which is why we should have a purge once a year.
Once a year.
Once
Had
a
this
year.
conversation.
One purge.
Yeah, one purge.
But yeah, I think just that my age is not about who I can hurt or if I can hurt somebody. I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You don't care.
Yeah. Like it's you like the fact of that issue or situation is just beyond what I'm thinking about. So what's the point?
You know
what I mean? So it's like if somebody's now there's a difference. Like if you coming from a family, there's a difference. But if you step on a foot or you do something, you do this, disrespect. I don't give, what? How is that going to change my life?
You know,
it's not.
I being in martial arts for as long as I have, one thing I do is that it's like in Dragon Ball Z, if you know the reference is having a scout around. I'm constantly looking at people's power levels. When I walk into a room, I always look for the strongest dude. And it's not like I'm thinking, can I beat him? But I'm thinking, what are your weaknesses?
But see, that's the martial arts thinking.
Yeah.
You think of that Gillespie thinking. You're just going to shoot him up.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't even worried about who got a bigger scouter than you.
That's right.
You know what I mean? You scouting, you Gillespie.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You worried about who can pull faster than you.
That's true.
Yeah.
But that's still the same thing. You're thinking like, because he even said, where are my exit points? Where would a person come in? Was my back to those exits? Like, can I?
Well, I think that's different from seeing who you can beat.
I
that's
look at it
whole
the same
completely
way, though.
different thing.
I think of I don't sit with my back to the door when I'm in a restaurant or something like that.
But you don't walk in a restaurant and think who you gonna fight. You walk into the restaurant and you think of the doors and the exits and all that.
Yeah, no, I'm
but
thinking
you know what
about
I mean?
that. I'm thinking about that too. But I'm also on top of that. I'm thinking about like.
That's what I'm saying. You got that extracurricular
here. Like,
you got that extracurricular.
I'm looking at you like a piece of meat. Like, where are your breaking points? Like, where am I going to hit you? Where would you hit me? You know, what's your reach? Things like that.
Okay.
Think about that.
You carry measuring tape with that?
Measuring
tape
tape
for the reach play?
No. Just got it in my head.
Yeah, I never knew that reach plays a big part.
Huge.
Big part, man.
Huge.
Big part.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Reach is big. And
it's time.
It's time.
It's time. Let's see what we have.
Oh, I was looking in there. Let me look away.
Oh.
You can't do that. Look.
All right, let's see what we got. Black approved. Two bears.
Black
One
approved.
of my favorite
Two bears.
one. Two bears.
Jesus. They're bringing me back to this shit now.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
I
do
think
it.
this one's all about you, Charles.
This one is all.
It always comes back to my fear.
I guess the question is, what does black approved mean?
You tell me, Rob. All right, let me give you an example. Anytime you say, let's go out and do something fun together. Let's go. If it's not a concert, in a city, if it has something to do with going out into the wilderness, there's so many levels to this that I'm thinking about that you're not.
Yes.
Because I'm black. So, for example, are we going to be out at night? Is this on a trail? Is this off a trail?
Yes.
Is it easy to get back to society?
Maybe.
What tools are we going to have available to us? Are there bears?
Bears.
See, I regret that I didn't include the bears on our little trip, that we would potentially encounter them.
Rob, that's why you, as a white person, partially white even,
yes,
we have to go through a list before we hang out. Because you're not thinking about these things. And I don't think that you've had enough black people in your life to call you out on this shit.
I agree, but slightly. Because I think the thing is that...
Bro, you should be online with me.
No, I think the thing is you're just not a survivor.
I'm not a survivor.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm a survivor because I stay away from this shit.
I think if you just got picked up and dropped out into the wilderness, I don't think you'll make it.
You don't think I would make it?
I don't think you'll make it.
Why not?
I just don't think you'll make it for some reason.
You don't think I would make it? Brother,
I
ran 12 miles barefooted in the mud.
So now you got to drink water. How you going to filter your water?
What?
See?
What are you talking about? Because I said what?
Okay, yes, you got to filter your water. How you going to filter your water?
Depends on what I brought with me.
You didn't bring shit. What you just got picked up and dropped in the middle of so how you going to filter your water?
Looks like I'm going to have to use something in the wilderness to filter my water. Okay, Lewis, let me tell you something. I'm a survivor because I wouldn't be in that situation.
But what I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying.
And if I did, listen, before I go out, I would find out how to do that. But
that's not survival.
It is survival because I don't have to do it now.
How
would you do it?
What? Filter water?
Yes.
Sand, dirt, and rock.
Sand, dirt, and rock.
Rocks.
What you gonna put it in?
Fuck, whatever I found outside. I found a tree bark, like coned out tree bark or something. Yeah, whatever.
Tree bark.
Yeah.
What's been in that tree?
I don't fucking know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know it can get in the water from the tree?
That's why you use sand
and water, or sand and rock
and dirt.
So
you filter it. How do you
filter
think
water using
how do you
dirt?
think
Are you listening to yourself right now?
Oh my God! How do you think we get fresh well water?
There's rosin. Like, okay, what do we use at the plant to filter water?
Hold on.
Do we use sand and dirt?
How do you think the rainwater? How do you think the well water is replenished? I just told you.
The well water is replenished?
Yes.
Well, it comes down from rain.
Right. So how do you think it get filtered?
We use proper filtration. We
don't filter well water. The earth, it's already built.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's built in dirt. So if you can recreate that out in the wilderness, I'll give you that.
Can.
I'll give you that. Sure.
Right.
I'll give you that. But if I'm saying, as a black person, before I went out there, if I absolutely had to, I would know how to do that.
But I'm just saying,
I would have the equipment to be able to do that.
That's what I'm saying is that the reason why I won't think you survive is because you don't know, like, at this current stage in your life, you should know how to survive right now. You shouldn't have to go study nothing. You should have learned it already. That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like, just for me and you, some things you say it doesn't trigger immediate black approval.
How do you know?
Because I know how to survive.
You know how to survive?
Yeah.
Okay. How would you hunt an animal?
Which one?
A deer.
A deer?
Yeah. Or anything. How would you hunt an animal?
My first thought is that I would make something where I can dig a hole. Dig a hole, sharp some sticks, make a brush, sticks out, to where to pierce the animal. And when they run through, I find a path where they run. And when they run through, they fall in the hole, hit the spears, and die.
That they run?
I fucking watch them.
You watch them?
I will watch them.
You're gonna watch them without them.
What I'm doing all day? Huh? I'm in the wilderness. What I'm gonna do all day?
Probably try to leave.
But you just said I have no choice.
Yeah.
Right.
You have no choice.
Right. So I'm gonna sit there.
You're gonna
I'm
go
gonna look at deer paths, look at fucking shit on the ground, see where this is a path that they walk. This is this is where they go. You can find a deer bed. Deer bed look like a bunch of brush and shit or whatever. You put something in the path, and then they'll walk through. You got something.
They're gonna fall in a pit. A deer is gonna fall in a pit.
How smart you think they are?
Pretty smart.
They're gonna fall in the pit.
You think they're gonna fall in the pit?
They're gonna fall in the pit. They're gonna fall in the pit. Yes.
So what if that pit doesn't work?
Use a snare.
You're gonna use a snare.
Yep.
How
now I'm going for smaller animals.
You're going for smaller.
Now I don't eat rats and I don't eat raccoons, but now I'm survival mode. So
I might have to.
I might have to.
Lewis, I'm gonna say this.
Now see what you keep forgetting. I was a Boy Scout.
I think the reason why my survival skill is better than yours because I know what I don't know. I don't think you know what you don't know. I don't think you know what you know and what you don't know.
See, the thing is I know a lot, but I don't remember.
Is it gonna help you? So you're out in the wilderness and you're like, fuck, I don't remember how to do this.
No. What I'm saying is I have to recall it. I know it. It's in there somewhere, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, you know what? I gotta make fresh water. I'd start putting it together.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, no, that's not how it went. It actually goes in this order. Okay, this is the order it goes in, and it has to be this much, and have to, I want to do. Okay, oh, there you go. It came back.
So what's a better way of dealing with water that's contaminated than filtering it?
No other better way. Unless you got a capsule.
There's boiling it, and then
but you don't have that. These are things you don't have. These things just
yet. You can
use
use flint, and then you can use kindling that you find, and there's kindling all around you. What are you talking about?
So you finna stick rub some shit.
You can stick rub some shit, or you can find flint.
Okay.
You can find something that can make a fire.
Or you can boil it. What you gonna boil it in? What you gonna boil it in?
Same thing that you put it in when you're doing your filtration.
The wood that's gonna burn, huh? The wood that's gonna burn?
No, you could find a rock that has a hollow in it. You could find.
So what you could do is you could heat up the rocks and.
You could heat up the rocks.
Yeah, to whatever container you're holding this in,
and put it
inside. Put hot rocks in there.
Yeah,
hot rocks.
I'm calling Rob.
Call
Give me some
Rob.
hot rock.
Well, he the one that want to take you on the trip.
I do. Yeah.
So he gonna keep you alive.
I just didn't know that there was an approval process.
All I'm saying is that I'm with the black approval. I just think that what triggers your alarms is a little bit less. Like bears, yes, I'm not fucking with bears.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that. But just going out in the wilderness is fine. You know, I might up to a wolf.
So
I'll be okay. And as small as a raccoon.
I've got a truck that has a lot of compartment space in it. I can bring a lot of equipment with me. I would probably bring that equipment with me up to a point that I'm willing to go as a black person.
Okay.
I'm saying beyond that point, I'm not fucking going with you. That's my point of black approval. It has nothing to do with my survival skill.
Well, I'm just saying, I feel like you just wouldn't survive. That's all I'm saying.
What
that's like
what
included in Rob's wilderness trip.
Uh-huh.
That's all. That's what I was talking about. His wilderness trip.
Uh-huh.
It just happened to be on Black Approval Day.
Lewis, I'm gonna go out on a limb there, and I'm gonna say that I think our survival rate would be either equal or mine would be better, simply because I know what I don't know.
Well, I would die
go out
first,
there and you would be like, "Fuck, I don't actually remember how to do this."
The only reason why I would go first is because I still need medicine to stay alive.
Yeah.
So if I didn't need medicine, I think you'll be the first to go.
You think I would be the first?
Yeah, you would be the first to go. If I didn't need medicine, because as soon as you take the meds away, shit. Blood pressure going out, all this is going out of whack.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why, you know, in survival mode, if you live your life now with no medicine, you will be one of the people that live the longest.
I think that anyone who knows me knows that I feel very much at home out in nature.
Your shoes tell the story, so yes,
I
believe. Yeah,
as long as it's not cold, because that's another black thing. I can't deal with cold. I just can't. I can't function in it. My body stops working.
That
it
is
just
true,
cuts through me like a hot knife through butter.
But you can get used to anything.
Not that. I can't get used to cold. I just can't do it. It's not in my. It's not in my genetic code. I wasn't coded with that ability.
The only thing
that's why the special forces start with the getting you used to being cold.
They would just weed me out right away.
You'd weed yourself out.
You was talking about but that was reserves.
But
I was about to say you was just talking about joining.
They would have sent
but that was
to OCS.
reserves, though, right?
Yeah, but they still send you through OCS.
Yeah.
You still go through the same training as everyone else. But I'm saying if I was able to get through the cold, if it wasn't that cold out there, I would be able to manage it, especially since I get so warm when I'm active.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's the one thing that would get me.
It's the cold.
Yeah.
Mm.
The training.
Mm.
But I can't. I don't feel like I have sweat glands, right? What do I have for cooking cold?
Shiver.
Heat glances.
I don't have anything.
Use your heat glances.
I feel like people who live out in the Midwest, for example, and they're like, most people would say the cold is the worst part of living out here. Yeah, that's why people move away. Like, I can't deal with the cold anymore. And people who like the winter over the summer don't go anywhere.
That is true.
Yeah,
that
you
is
don't have
true.
anything to complain. You don't have to wipe your car off. You don't have to drive in this shit. Like, there's nothing that stops you from wanting, that gives you that fear of the cold, because you're inside.
Midwest cold is colder than like I talked to my sister. She's like, God, it's cold. I'm like, yeah, it is cold.
It is cold.
It's negative 30. And she's like, oh, it's only 60 degrees. So that Texas cold, is different, man.
It's different. But my point is black fears. I feel like it's brown people fears, though.
Okay.
Right?
Always saying brown isn't like...
brown people. Like not white people.
Okay, I thought brown people was like Indians and shit.
Okay, like
not
Hispanics.
not yeah. Yeah.
Even they aren't like black people because they do wild shit that I don't feel like I see. Though. I don't feel like I see them doing the shit that we do.
They built different.
They are built different.
Yeah. We can't hold a candle to them sometimes.
No, we can't. African people too, they're different than African American people.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like they avoid things that we're afraid of. We're just afraid of them and we avoid them. Like they're not afraid of it because they don't deal with it. Like lions and tigers and shit.
All right.
Black people from Africa aren't afraid of them. They just know to stay away. We're afraid of them and we stay away. They're both of those things for us. Like I've never seen a lion or tiger in person. I've just seen what they can do.
You know, I don't think I'm with the Africans on this. I'm not afraid of a lion.
I am.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
I've seen what they can do. I'm also afraid of
don't...
hyenas because I've seen what they can do.
What about electricity?
I'm not afraid of electricity because I know electricity though. I don't know lions and tigers and bears. I study them. But my point is, I spent years studying electricity, so I have an idea of what it can do.
I just don't. I don't see the. Oh man, I had a saying too. That dang it.
Did you lose it?
I lost it.
Oh,
I lost it.
That's your old.
I'm getting old. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah, another.
My memory ain't never been as good after I got electrocuted when I was a kid. My memory ain't been that good since then.
Yeah, you didn't fear it enough.
That's what it was.
But I'm not gonna get fucked up by a bear because I'm not gonna let Rob drag me out. My point is, I think you need to have a healthy fear, and maybe mine's a little unhealthy because it's too much. But I swear to you, like I find out a new horrifying thing about nature every year. Well,
nature is scary. Yes,
it is scary, and we're surrounded by it, and we have the things that are industrial around us that protect us from nature. But if it wasn't there, then we would have to deal with that shit. And you're talking about taking me out into the wilderness where I don't have the protection of industry around me.
I think the worst thing would be mosquitoes, bugs, and shit like
God.
that. I think that's worse than the bear.
Find out that mosquitoes can carry diseases.
Well, yeah. And then
I remember I was in Arkansas. And I walked off the bus through a wall of mosquitoes. I got back to the room, and there were mosquito bites on my balls and booty.
Wow.
Exactly. How did they get there?
Wow.
What were you wearing?
Like I was wearing. I think I had on jogging pants. I don't remember what I was wearing. It was such a traumatic experience for me, man.
It should have been.
It was very traumatic. And I just walked through a wall of mosquitoes, and I had bites in places I didn't know existed.
Yeah.
I was capable.
You didn't know that they were exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't capable of getting bit. And they told me up, man.
I would tell you that the zombie apocalypse wouldn't be spread by zombies. It'd be spread by mosquitoes.
Oh, yeah, for
Think
sure.
about it. They're still going to bite the zombies, and then they're going to bite you next.
Oh, yeah.
You can't stop them because you're not going to catch mosquitoes landing on your back of your neck.
Well, if you go by the law of mosquitoes, I don't think they're going to bite the zombies.
Why not?
Because zombies aren't breathing, right?
Maybe not. I don't know. I guess it depends on what version.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, mosquitoes are attracted to the carbon dioxide we bring out.
Okay, so is it the zombies that are dead people, or is it the zombies that are infected humans?
I think the zombies are the dead people.
Like rabies. Because there was World War Z. Those were living people.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they were just infected.
Yes, they were infected.
So I
guess it would be what our definition of zombie is then. Are they World War Z zombies, or are they Night of the Living Dead
Night
zombies?
of the Living Dead zombies, I feel like, are like magic zombies. I feel like the ones that we would run into would be like rabies.
Rabies zombies?
Yeah. Which is another fear. Have you ever seen how rabies affects dogs or animals?
Make them crazy.
It's fucking nuts. It's scary. Crazy. I saw one, and then I saw a guy with rabies, and he put water up to his mouth, like a cup of water, and he couldn't drink it. He started shaking violently, and he couldn't drink it because it makes you afraid of water. One of the few things that you need in life to survive. Now you can't drink it.
Virus.
You're cooked.
It's crazy. Something you can't see can mess you up like that.
That bad.
Oh, yeah.
So, hey,
And if you get rabies, and you start showing symptoms, you're cooked. It's too late for you, and I'm gonna put you down. I'm your friend. I care about you. I don't want you to suffer.
I remember when I first learned about rabies. It's because I watched Old Yeller.
Oh,
terrible story. Terrible story, right?
Story, yeah.
So what year was that? Like 1976, 77, somewhere in there. And that traumatic. It was traumatic for me. I mean, it's traumatic for everybody who watches that movie.
You know what else? A Mice and Men with Lenny.
Yeah.
That was another sad one.
Oh,
I had to put that one. You don't remember that? No. They had to put him down. He had to put his friend down.
Yeah.
No. His friend?
Yeah.
His friend is a human?
Yeah.
Oh,
he was just like a big dude.
Why did he have to put him down? Because he got rabies?
Didn't he kill somebody, right? I can't remember. Yeah, I think he killed somebody. I think it was sort of similar to the story of Green Mile.
Green Mile.
It was like the big guy killed some kids
or
something, and he killed somebody, and they was chasing him or whatever, and his friend had to put him down. Now that's from I think 8th or 7th grade memory when I read the story, so could be kind of messed up.
So the question is, would you put down your friend or family member if they had rabies?
Which one? Some of them I would put down faster than others.
Would you put me or Rob down?
You know what? I think I would gracefully put you guys down. Yeah. No, I put all my family members down. I'm just saying certain ones would just go quicker than others because of the hatred is already built up. You know what I mean?
Or slower.
Or slower, right? It's just like,
Yeah.
So the question is you know they're gonna die already.
Yeah.
So do you just the ones you want to put down slow? Do you just put them in a room by themselves and just let them
chain them up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let them end it.
That's pretty fucking cruel.
That is.
Well,
Depends.
You don't like this person.
You don't like him?
Yeah, whoever this is. So you just like, I'll let nature take his course.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna end it.
I don't like that.
Right.
Yeah, that's
You
easy.
like
Then
that.
I build a big window, two-sided mirror.
Now, see, you're taking it. Rob has a whole thing.
I have a whole thing.
He has a whole addendum set up for it.
How many body parts you think you cut off before a person die?
The fuck you asking that? Where did this come from?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question.
I have to question you.
Like I know you can slide. Once you hit an artery.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty much it.
I'm pretty sure it only takes one body part for you to bleed out.
Yeah.
No, I think
unless
you can lose
a
a finger
or something.
Yeah, a finger or a toe.
Out. You can still.
Yeah, but I mean like instant. Like you in torture mode or something.
Torture mode.
Trying to get information. You trying to get information. You starting with the fingernails, toenails.
Why don't you start with an ear or something?
Well, you start bleeding. I think you'll bleed more versus a fingernail, right? With an ear, if you cut an ear off.
Well, I don't think you bleed out.
Yeah, you won't bleed out, but I think you bleed more.
You think so? People get their ears pierced all the time.
Well, you said cut the ear off.
Yeah, you just take pieces off.
Oh, take pieces of the ear.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
See? I didn't think about that one.
That's fucking genius, baby.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I didn't even think about that.
I would get that information.
Yeah. You get tortured. Oh my goodness. Like, that gotta be. What if you are the recipient?
Oh.
I'm not bringing up bad memories. Right? You wasn't a POW or nothing, was you?
No.
Oh, okay. What if you get caught and you getting tortured? That gotta be rough, man.
Well,
you gotta have a cyanide tooth.
So I mean, I did have the training for
right.
that.
You had the training,
but the torture wasn't the thing that killed most of our POWs. It was disease. What we were taught was anytime you got to clean out your cage, make sure you clean it out because the feces and all of that will definitely kill you. The torture part was
you can survive.
Was just that's a mind game too. I mean, obviously you feel pain or whatever,
right?
But so the torture is really the mind part of it.
Are there rules to torture?
Nah, who's got rules?
I mean, I know
come
it's
on.
war, but isn't there like the Geneva Convention?
Sure, and which country really follows the Geneva Convention?
Right.
Because
the country that Lewis would be running wouldn't even know what it is.
That'd be our toilet paper.
I mean, I'm not trying to be a political podcast here, but
yeah.
But our country,
I guess
NATO and all of that.
It.
Yeah, it's war.
It's war. That's what I'm saying, man. Like if you in war, like why? No holds bars, right?
Yeah.
The only thing I would think is I wouldn't scorch earth because, like, after I take out, I'm genociding it. After I take everybody out, I want your property. I want your land.
Yeah.
So if I scorch the earth, it's no good to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I would.
it depends, right? So scorched earth, you could have good fertilized land.
Yeah. Well,
you can't be radiated.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about fire.
Bomb.
You can give some what's that stuff now? It's
napalm.
No. It's what's the stuff that kill the grass? The stuff that works really well.
Weed killer?
Yeah, but it's a name for it.
Oh, I don't know.
It comes in a blue and white bottle.
Oh.
But it used to be the gas back in the day. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't.
You know what I'm talking about? So they had a gas back in the day. Now it's pesticide. But it was I think they removed one thing.
Yeah.
And now it's pesticide that we used to kill grass. But they used to use it in chemical warfare.
Oh, shit.
Roundup.
Roundup.
Yeah, Roundup. Roundup used to be chemical warfare weapon. But I would use stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. I would use the most deadliest stuff that I can use.
Yeah.
But is that deadly to the foliage and the greenery?
Well, Roundup, but the stuff that it used to be before was deadly to people.
But not to plant life.
I'd probably kill. They only removed one thing.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't kill people. So yes, So if you would
still fuck up the land.
Right. So yeah, it would have still fucked up the land.
But you're gonna use it anyway?
No, I said that's why I wouldn't use it.
Oh, you wouldn't use it. Oh, I was about
That's
to
what
say.
I would. I said I would not scorch earth.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to destroy the land, but I'd drop a nuke on it. Like,
That would be the. Oh man.
I don't know.
Well, you can't do that.
That's just like
send
that's
it
just
right
like
back at you.
the dude in Pompeii. Remember I was talking about that dude?
Oh yeah, that's I remember.
So Pompeii happened so fast that they found a room where my man was still pleasuring himself. And it just happened that fast. He didn't have a chance to move or nothing. He just stuck in life, pleasuring himself, because the volcano happened just that fast.
Personally, I think we should not have war. We should have champions that represent whole countries. And we just have like we should just have an arena-based battle. It's like, dude, it's all on you.
Yeah.
Don't let us down. And then and then they win the war for you. Maybe it could be like a ladder thing, where it's like, North Korea beat South Korea, and then they go.
So we would just have our own gladiators.
Yeah. So we'll pretty much Russia just take over everything.
Oh God,
because they guys are
they're not. Well, I think they're dominating.
Or the Dutch. Have you seen some of those guys? Freaking 7 foot
the
7.
Ukrainians now.
Freaking
They're dominating and
like our average is what 5'9".
Yeah.
Our average height for men
in America.
Yeah.
Unless
like
you're in the
5'10".
Midwest, because we eat corn.
We eat corn. We're corn fed over here.
But yeah, so we short. That would we'll need a skillful guy fighting our battle.
I don't think that height means everything. Like,
can you sub? Like, can I go? Yeah, can I go get a Russian or something? If you fight,
Can we test this
America.
theory?
Yeah. Like, let me get this guy in here and fight for me.
I think a lot of people move to America, so we got a lot of options here.
Okay,
there
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back to the original topic.
Back to the original topic.
Yeah, bears.
Bears.
Well, black
Bears.
bears.
Black bears.
Black bears?
Oh, was it?
No,
Black fears.
Yeah,
Black
I thought
bears.
black bears was the fear.
No, not black bears, brown bears.
Oh,
Brown bears.
Brown bears.
Do you know how they kill things?
No.
You haven't looked into this?
No.
This is why I know.
You was telling me.
This is why I'm fearful of these things, Lewis, and you're not, because I know about these things.
I just know it can kill me. I don't need to be afraid of it.
You need to know what it can do. Tell me. So you can be afraid of it.
Tell me.
Okay, so a brown bear will not eat you. They want to keep you fresh. They want to keep the meat fresh, right? So what they'll do is they'll kick the shit out of you.
Okay.
And then keep you just barely alive and then drag you to a pile of leaves. And then they'll come back daily and eat off of you.
Why would you watch this?
I didn't watch it. I just know about it.
I'm just saying, because the only reason why I bring it up is just like Hannibal Lecter.
Are you asking
Hannibal
me
Lecter.
why I watched it when you said you
I'm
watched
just saying,
Hannibal?
Hannibal?
You suggested an episode of Hannibal where a guy was eating someone's brain while he was
saying,
still alive.
I'm saying you're
You're
pretty
questioning
comfortable.
me. I'm
Right.
not
You should be
comfortable. I'm
comfortable
afraid
with
of
seeing
it.
this.
What?
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable.
Now you know.
Which is why I'm telling you. Which is why I told you I didn't want to watch the episode of Hannibal Lecter. Because I don't want to be afraid of something else. like, Lewis, as a black person and as a person who's older, you don't have a healthy enough level of fears in the world.
That's because I don't care.
So is that where we came up with the approval hierarchy?
There's an approval hierarchy
Yeah.
for black people. And I feel like that goes for each culture of people, right? Like,
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
true.
Asians,
Yeah.
One of their fears is black people. Which is why you'll see a lot of Asians living in black towns. But I feel like that hierarchy for black people is much more expansive than any other group in the world.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You need to educate yourself, Lewis. Making us look bad.